This battle is insane. It comes right down to the wire. You're really going to enjoy this one. How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Wi-Fi battle. Today we're having a battle versus Apple Roll from the Discord server. Go ahead and join the Discord server. It's the best place to go for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Wi-Fi battles right now. There's a link in the description down below. And with that being said, let's jump to the team preview. Okay, Apple Roll has brought a pretty fire-looking team. They got a Hatterene, Rotom-Heat, Frostlass, Basculegion, Sneasler, and a Kingambit. You know what's really nice? They haven't got a Pelipper. So that Basculegion's not really that big of a threat. It's going to hit incredibly hard with Wave Crash, don't get me wrong. We've got things for it. So, I think they probably lead off with Frostlass or Rotom or Sneasler. So I'm inclined to lead off with something along the lines of Cresselia. So we can get the Light Screen and Reflect Up because they don't have a Defogger. They have a they don't have a Rapid Spinner either. Unless one of those gets defogged that I didn't know about. So I think if we can get Hazards up, we'll be golden. But Donphan obviously needs to watch out for the Hatterene coming in. So let's go for the Cresselia lead and get the screens up. I think that's going to be very beneficial considering how much power they've got on the team. So let's go from there. And the battle begins. So Apple Roll's going to lead off with Hatterene as we led off with Cresselia. So this is not a bad matchup for us. They can't really touch us. To be honest with you, they can't really touch us, so I think I'm safe to go for a Light Screen here or a Reflect. I think Reflect is probably the best because they're more than likely going to switch into Kingambit right now. So I'm going to go for the Reflect real quick as they do stay in. They do stay in. What are they going to go for? Are they going to go for a Dazzling Gleam or a Nuzzle? Trick Room. Oh, they're a Trick Room team. Oh, right. Okay, that explains the lack of Pelipper. Right. Okay, that's pretty bad. So I'm going to go for a Light Screen right now. Light Screen, we should go after the Hatterene. So I'm hoping they switch into Kingambit here. That'd be ideal. They do go for a Mystical Fire to lower our special attack and get a bit of chip damage off. Makes a lot of sense. We are specially defensive though, so we are able to take that like an absolute champ. Get the Light Screen up, which is now going to make our special defense and physical defense that much better. So if we know they're going to go for a Mystical Fire, we could go into Bisharp. And if we know they're going to go into Kingambit, we can also go into Bisharp. So I think I'm going to go Bisharp. I think Bisharp's a good shout. So we'll switch out Cresselia. We'll go into Bisharp. Bisharp's not getting 2 KO by Mystical Fire from this thing because we've got a Light Screen, we've got a Eviolite. Bisharp's very bulky. They go for the Dazzling Gleam. That's unfortunate. I was hoping for the Mystical Fire so that we could get the boost, the Defiant boost. That would be nice. So let's go for an Iron Head real quick. They go for a Mystical Fire anyway. Does nothing because it's not stabbed and it's only 75 base power. Lowers our special attack, boosting our attack by 2. And now we're able to go for an Iron Head and destroy this Hatterene's life. Bisharp coming through for us right now. What a beast. What an absolute legend. So Bisharp comes through, gets rid of the Hatterene, which means if we can get Stealth Rocks up, they are going to be here to stay. In comes the Sneasler. So Sneasler is obviously a big threat to our Bisharp. We don't want to stay in against this thing. No way, Jose. They're probably going to go for a close combat. Let's go straight into Donphan and get those Stealth Rocks up because they likely won't stay in against Donphan. They'll likely go for a U-turn to get on out of there. So we'll go into Donphan real quick. Physically defensive with Reflect up. We are taking any hit this thing wants to throw at us as it goes for a reversal. So they were expecting us to stay in and attack them more than likely because Trick Room's up and we would have outsped them. But no, that's not how this is going. I'm getting my Stealth Rocks up. They go for a Taunt. They're a Taunting set. No, that's not fair. That's absolutely not fair. Not fair at all. So we can't go for a Stealth Rock, which is unfortunate. We can go for an Earthquake. They're probably going to go for a U-turn though. Into Rotom, but I'm going to go for it anyway. We're going to go for the Earthquake anyway. If they go into Rotom, we just go back into Cresselia. It's no big deal. They do withdraw the Sneasler. They probably don't have a U-turn then, or they don't want the Rocky Helmet chip. And they're going to go into Basculegion. Basculegion's a good shout. It's going to be able to hit us incredibly hard. We go for an EQ. Should do a lot of damage to Basculegion. It's a 2-hit KO, which is great. Now, do I want to stay in here? I don't believe I do. I think we go hard Bisharp here. I think we go hard Bisharp and then go for a Sucker Punch. That's probably the best action. So we'll withdraw, and we'll go hard Bisharp real quick. We should be able to tank any hit this thing wants to throw at us. If it wants to go for a Wave Crash, we can tank that, I'm sure. It's going to Tera, so they're going to go Pure Water, I'm guessing. I'm going to guess Pure Water. Could be wrong. They could go Ghost. Water. So Water is there. Basculegion's looking mighty powerful. I love Basculegion. It's such a cool Pokemon. Such a cool Pokemon design. So they go Pure Water. They go for an Aqua Jet, which is interesting, as that's not going to do much damage to Bisharp at all. As we're able to go for... Oh, Reflect wears off this turn, though. Do we go for a Sucker Punch? I think we go for a Sucker Punch here. I think we definitely go for a Sucker Punch here, just to get some damage off on the Basculegion, really. So they go for an Aqua Jet, out prioritizing us, which is really unfortunate, and that's going to KO us. Thanks to the Reflect not being there. So Bisharp goes down, unfortunately, but it's not the end of the world. Light Screen's going to wear off as well. I'm going to go back into Cresselia. I have a feeling they're Choice Banded and then they're locked into the Aqua Jet as well, because that definitely shouldn't have KO'd. That Bisharp definitely shouldn't have KO'd. So I'm going to go for a Reflect now, get the Reflect back up. I think that's important. They're going to withdraw the Basculegion. What are they going to go into, though? Are they going to go King Gambit? King Gambit would be good. So they're going to go into whatever that is, which is going to be the Frostlass, which makes a lot of sense. We get the Reflect up, which is great. As now, I'm leaning towards going for a Light Screen. I think I'll go for a Light Screen here. They go for a Taunt, so that's fair enough. Taunt's fine. Another Pokemon with Taunt on it. Another Pokemon with Taunt on it. Can you believe it? Anyway, they probably go for a Hex here or a Will-O-Wisp. Probably the Will-O-Wisp and then the Hex. So I'm inclined to go into Thundurus, but at the same time, I don't want to get burned. I don't want to get Ice Beamed in the face. If they go for Ice Beam, we're screwed. So I'm more inclined to go into Typhlosion, expecting the Will-O-Wisp. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to switch out real quick into our Typhlosion. Remember, we didn't get the Light Screen up because of the Taunt. So we've got to keep that in mind. So we'll go into Myling real quick, the Typhlosion. Myling is a type of ghost, if you didn't know. It's a type of ghost that I believe doesn't like fire, which is ironic. That's why I gave it the nickname. So anyway, they get Spikes up, which is fair enough. Spikes are up. We can go straight for an Eruption here and not have to worry about too much about anything else. So let's go for it. Let's go for the Eruption real quick. So Eruption comes through. They're probably Focus Sashed. If I had to guess, they are Focus Sashed, which is fine. As they're not going to Curse Body us, which is great, I hope. They go for an Icy Wind though, which is going to lower our speed. We are Choice Scarf, so we should still be neutral speed right now. So we might start out speed. I can't remember how fast Frostlass is. Destiny Bond. Destiny Bond. They pulled the Destiny Bond strat. They pulled the Destiny Bond strat on Myling. That's not good. So there goes our one of our ways of dealing with Sneasler. That's one of our ways of dealing with Sneasler gone, unfortunately, as Typhlosion is going to go down to the Destiny Bond. So Frostlass did good there. Frostlass did real good, but we took out the Frostlass, which is good to note. Now I'm going to go into my Donphan. Is it worth getting Stealth Rocks up? I should keep Donphan for Sneasler. I'm going to go Cresselia and get the Light Screen up. No, there's no point in getting the Light Screen up. So they're going to go Rotom. They're going to go Rotom. We are going to go into our Cresselia. Now, the reason this is a good matchup is because we do 1v1 this thing. So we can go for a Psychic, get our Psychic up on their game. They go for an Overheat. They can only use this once, really, because it's a special attack drop. But we're going to eat that like it's nothing, which is great, as we're able to go for a Psychic now. As they've got the White Herb. Fair enough, they've got White Herb. But the Overheat didn't do nearly enough damage. As our Psychic gets a crit, which is great, we can just kind of go from here. If we know they're going to go for an Overheat next, we can't really switch anything in. I think I go for a Psychic here. They go for a Thunder Wave. Interesting. So Thunder Wave comes through. Thunder Wave comes through. Are we going to break through Paralysis? Can we break through Paralysis? We can. Go for a Psychic. Nearly take out the Rotom. The Rotom's nearly dead. Let's go for another Psychic. If they go King Gambit, we're all right. We can just go straight into Donphan. They go for another Overheat, which is great for us because we're going to be able to tank it like a champ. And we're going to be able to go straight for that nice and powerful Psychic right now and take out this Rotom-Heat. So there we go. Psychic comes through, takes out the Rotom. That's one less Pokemon to deal with. One less Pokemon to take an Earthquake from Donphan as well. And we don't have to worry about Terra Flying or Terra Fairy on the King Gambit. We don't have to worry about Terra on the Sneasler because Basculegion's already stole that spotlight. In comes the Basculegion. So Basculegion is in. We do have the Reflect up, so we're actually all right here. We might be able to take a hit. I'm going to go for that Psychic anyway, just in case we can get a hit off. I don't think we will be able to take a Wave Crash, though. I really don't, even with Reflect up. They go for a Liquidation. Fair enough, Liquidation's their move of choice. Obviously, they don't want to get hit by the Recoil. That's going to be able to take out Cresselia, unfortunately, as down it goes. So Cresselia goes down. And what we can do now is we can just go straight into Thundurus. And Thundurus doesn't clean up, but it definitely does a lot of damage to them. Definitely does a lot of damage to them. They're not Choice Scarf. We know that because we outsped earlier. I'm pretty sure we did. I might be wrong. Let's go for a Thunderbolt and find out. The Thunderbolt comes through. That's going to take out the Basculegion real quick, as they didn't really have a good switch into that at all. As down goes the Basculegion, which is great. So Basculegion goes down. Thundurus is looking like it could potentially steal the spotlight of MVP here. Thundurus is looking like that right now. So in comes Sneasler. Sneasler is an interesting one. So we haven't Terra'd yet. We could Tera Flying Tera Blast. I don't know. Should we do that? Should we do that? Yeah, screw it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's Tera Flying Tera Blast. So we are going to Tera Flying Tera Blast real quick. That's going to be great. There we go. Nice and powerful with all them balloons. Nice and powerful balloons. I love the balloons. I love the hats, the terrestrialization hats. I think they're so cool. Some really cool designs on there, like the balloons, for example, for the flying type. So they go for a fake out, which is going to do a good amount of damage. We do flinch and can't move, and no paralysis, which is great. So we'll go for a Tera Blast now, and Tera Blast will definitely KO the Sneasler. And if they go into King Gambit, we can go for a Focus Blast. So let's see how this plays out for us. Dire Claw comes through. Can we live? We do live. Can we not get put to sleep? We got put to sleep. Oh, we got put to sleep by the Dire Claw. It always happens to me. I was trying on Showdown, this team, and every time, no, not this team, but an OU team that I'm working on. Every single time we face Dire Claw, we got put to sleep. And I think it's a chance to get poisoned, paralyzed, and put to sleep. That's the 3 status afflictions that it has a chance of doing. And for some reason, it's always sleep for me. Always sleep. Always sleep. So let's get Glastrier in. No, let's get Donphan in. Donphan can handle this pretty well. Let's get Donphan in and go for an EQ. I think that's a sensible option. Because all I've got on the Glastrier is the... let's hope they don't put us to sleep with Dire Claw again. If they put us to sleep with Dire Claw again, this is just going to be amazing. Absolutely amazing. Dire Claw comes through. Is it going to put us to sleep? Hopefully not. It put us to sleep again! Can you believe this? It actually put us to sleep again. It actually put us to sleep again. Are you kidding me right now? We need to wake up. We need to wake up and smell the coffee. That's what we need to do. Wake up and smell the coffee. So they've got Taunt. They've got Dire Claw. They've got Fake Out. What's their last move? Close Combat? They must have Close Combat, surely. Oh, they have Reversal, don't they? Reversal's the move that they were thinking of. So they're going to withdraw Sneasler. They're going to go into Bisharp, which makes a lot of sense. Bisharp can come through right now for them. King Gambit comes through him. Oh, Bisharp. King Gambit comes through for him right now. Going to get that Supreme Overlord boost as we're still asleep, unfortunately. Donphan's looking like it could actually pick up a W for us, though. So they go for a Kowtow Cleave. It's definitely going to do a lot of damage to us. It's not enough to KO. Please wake up. I believe we can live another Kowtow Cleave. I believe we can live another Kowtow Cleave. Come on, Donphan, live one for me. Oh, dear. That's not good. That is not good. So, last chance of redemption here is going to be Epona. All we can hope for is that we can get a close combat off. We don't outspeed. So we need to remember that. And Stomping Tantrum won't KO. So we need to go for a close combat. They go for an Iron Head. We outspeed us, of course. We live with enough health to take out the King Gambit, but not enough health to take out the Sneasler. As our defenses are going to drop even further. And now it all comes crashing down on top of us. We get the Chilling Neigh, which is awesome. Glastrier is actually a really cool Pokemon. I've really enjoyed using Glastrier. But Sneasler's going to come in now. And we're going to go for a Stomping Tantrum just on the off chance they don't attack us. Like, just on the off chance they taunt us. If they taunt us, that'd be hilarious. Fake Out? Yeah, Fake Out makes sense. It's priority, all that stuff. So anyway, GG, Apple Roll. That was a pretty fun game. Pretty awesome game, to be honest with you. It came right down to the wire. Thank you for watching today's video. If you did enjoy, of course, leave a like, subscribe, all that wonderful stuff. And with that being said, I'll see you all in a bit.